Sat Shri Akal and welcome back to our Hidden Wealth channel. Today, as promised, we are back and we will be sharing some success stories from what we have been doing behind the scenes during these COVID pandemic as we're all adjusting to our new normal. So as promised, today I will be introducing you to a wonderful, wonderful person who has been doing phenomenal job out there, not only a role model for our Indian women, but also such a good support, and that who she is going to share her journey and share what we all can continue to do during this pandemic and not be afraid. Just take it on and keep moving. So her name is Vicki Virk. She is a co-founder and creative director for Dholrhythms dance company and long-time running production Non-Stop Bhangra. So with that, let me introduce Vicki to you all, and and I'll let her share a little bit about herself and how she came across, founded this Bhangra Academy, and share her journey with us a little bit. Vicki.
Hi, Raman. Thanks so much for having me. I am really excited to be here and to share a little bit about what we do with you guys. My family actually lives in Fresno, so I have a connection to the Central Valley. I actually went to Fresno State. As Raman mentioned, I am the co-founder of a performing arts dance company called Dholrhythms and an event production called Non-Stop Bhangra here in the San Francisco Bay Area. My dance company is all women. It is women of all ages, completely diverse backgrounds. And I guess the goal was always to share Punjabi culture through music and dance with a wider community outside of just the Punjabi community. And, after I went to law school, I realized that one of my passions was to bring people together through music and dance. So I co-created this dance company with one of my family members, my sister-in-law, Suman. Both of us really wanted to empower women, and we wanted to create something that brought together diverse communities through Punjabi music and culture, because I think Punjabi music is so beautiful and it has such a joyful and amazing way of bringing people together. So we co-created this dance company, which organically grew into this, a company of women from all over the place who absolutely love Indian culture and music, and they're passionate about coming together through music and dance. And through the dance company, we co-founded an event called Non-Stop Bhangra with our partner Jimmy, who is also my life partner. The three of us created Non-Stop Bhangra, and the idea was to bring people together to share Punjabi music and culture. So for the past 15, 16 years, we have been in the San Francisco Bay Area sharing Punjabi music and dance through events and performances and dance classes, and curating events ourselves. And we've had an opportunity to be featured at museums and different performing arts centers, as well as bring this into youth programs, after school programs, as well as festivals. And it's been an amazing journey. Definitely has had its ups and downs and challenges, particularly being a South Asian woman. There aren't as many reinforcements for women to step outside of the typical roles, or
Right.
Not even just women. I think that South Asians in general, to step out of the typical role of whether you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, or all these different kinds of positions that we're so used to having, to do something outside of that. And
Right.
especially dance, I think that performing arts isn't something that's often encouraged or even looked at as something that you could have as your life's work. So it's definitely been challenging, but I've learned so much through it. It's allowed, all of us to have this amazing community of people from all over the world. And, in the San Francisco Bay Area, this event and dance company allowed us to meet so many different people. And it's been amazing to share Punjabi music and culture with so many of them, and to see it continue to grow and expand in the ways that it has.
Absolutely. And then, that was going to be my next question. You kind of touched on it a little bit. Having a woman, right? And two, from a South Asian community. And then three, after completing the law school and total 180 turn to be in arts. So how, and you touched on it a little bit, that it was not easy. It was hard. So what encouragement, what, kind of a story can you share for other women, or even, guys out there who wants to follow their passion to be successful? And you're doing an amazing job, girl, out there.
Well, thank
So
you so much.
what can we learn from your journey?
Thank you so much. It's definitely not a solo journey. There's a huge collective of people that are a part of this, my partners and just like our crew and so many people that have helped, make this happen. And, I'm very fortunate that I come from a family like my parents and brother and extended family that are very, very supportive of what I do. And they've always encouraged me, my parents have always encouraged me to be happy, follow what makes you happy, whatever that is in life. And after law school, I think I just, when I was younger, I loved dance. I've loved dance my entire life. And it's the one thing that I have very, very vivid memories of when I was a kid, that the times that I would be really happy was when I was dancing. And I think that always stayed with me. And I think after law school, it was one of those things where, I was going through all these different changes in my life and transitions in my life. And at one point I was just like, what is it why are we here? Like, what is it that moves you? What is it that makes you feel like you're here to contribute something? I think everybody longs for that at some point in their life. And oftentimes, because of circumstances or where we are or society or the culture we grew up in, you don't often have the time or the resources or the wherewithal to even like question that,
Right.
Somehow I was able to question that. And I honestly don't know how it all happened. I think I have this huge connection where I'm like, oh, the universe made it happen, where there's like organically all these things started to, synchronicity.
And I think the biggest thing is you followed the sign from within, right? It's just asking yourself that question: why am I here? What is my purpose? And that's one thing. Is yeah, and so many women, so many individuals are out there that we get these signs, but we ignore them, either because of the family, commitments, or we have a plan, or family has a plan, but often we forget to listen to that voice that's coming from within, like, what is my purpose? So that's so amazing, and what a reinforcing message. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, I think I think everybody has that voice. It's just like sometimes it's very difficult to follow through, and sometimes you feel like you don't have a choice, I think the hardest thing is just taking the first step. And I think that there's a lot of things in life like synchronicity, where things start to organically open up and you meet the right people, and things start to align when you open yourself up to wanting to do something that makes you happy. I think life is so short, and especially during this time in 2020, if there's anything that affirms that, it's just that life is so short. Anything can change in the blink of an eye. And at the end of the day, what's more important than what makes you feel alive? And I feel like if you're feeling alive and you can contribute so much more, so much more to the world around you. And sometimes it feels like you're not doing enough, but I feel like the best way to contribute to the world around you is to contribute to your own life, is to contribute to something that makes you feel, worthy of yourself and worthy of what you're doing and sharing with people. And it's not
following
easy,
your passion, so you can be happy, so you can make others happy around you.
Absolutely.
So if you're not happy, you're doing it just because you feel like you have to do it, and you will not be happy. So that's awesome. That's such a going back, all of us have that desire. All of us, I would say 80% of our Indian, South Asian communities wanted to do something that comes from within, but they follow, like you said, either everybody's becoming a doctor, I have to be a doctor, or everybody becoming an engineer, whatever that passion might be. We just follow the crowd versus following from what's coming from it within. So that's awesome. And Vicki, go ahead.
Feels like there's so many more opportunities for that because it's easier to do that. Sometimes you feel like a lot of times people just don't know what it is they like or what they enjoy doing because we've never had the time or the opportunity to actually, question that. So you're like, I'm going to go to school. And I think that's great. I think, people that are doctors and lawyers and engineers,
we need them too.
Take so much to follow anything. Like I said, I am just grateful, and I feel, blessed that somehow I ended up in a circle of family and friends that allowed me to learn and to grow and to be able to do, to share what I love to do. It's not easy to do, and it doesn't happen by yourself. So I think.
And look at now, you're an inspiration to many, right? So, and that's what, like, you have to follow that one instinct and just keep going. And now we're in Western countries. We have those opportunities. We feel like, okay, we've moved on. We have vast variety of support systems and whatnot. But you and I, and with Karen too, many of us, when we sit down, we talk about it. We're still disconnected somewhat. Not even somewhat in a bigger picture. We're still not allowing our people, our kids, to follow their dreams, follow their instinct. And and especially women and women of color and minority, we pull them back. And why do we do that? And that is one of the reasons, and Karen, she is so passionate, and she is now co-founding that Hidden Wealth, and the purpose of the Hidden Wealth is help you find that hidden wealth within. So with that, last year in November, we did the conference, and you were part of that too. So you danced and did a beautiful message. You and your brother. To this day, I talk about it. It's just like, I look back as like, wow, that was powerful. So, so with that journey, like you said, pandemic, this COVID changed everything. So everything's like, oh my God, how are we going to move forward? So with that, with the Fresno Area Hispanic Foundation, with their partnership, Hidden Wealth Foundation, we have been participating with the Womenpreneur program, and you have been a great part of that. So let's touch a little bit on that. So can you share, what did you learn? What is your take on that? And then later on, we'll talk about the message you may have learned from that we can give to other women.
I think it's an amazing program. One, because as you were saying, there aren't as many women-owned businesses. There are more now than they used to be. And I think there's a lot more resources and information available. So I think the Womenpreneur Entrepreneurship program, gives you access to those resources that you may not have known that they existed. And I think especially for women that are just starting out, one of the most important things is to find yourself in a circle of others who are doing similar things like you are. And I think to be in a network of other women who are just starting out, or who, may already be on their journey and have been, in part of their business for a long time, I think you can learn so much more. Like for example, being a part of these webinars, even though I've been doing this for a long time, I often, hear questions that other women are asking, and there's stuff that you haven't even thought of. So I think that that's also like a great resource when you're in a network of women that are doing similar things than you are. They might be inquisitive about things that you haven't even thought of. And I think that's a great way to learn things. And with COVID-19, as you said, so much has changed. We've been doing this for such a long time, but our entire business is on halt right now. As event production in general is completely stalled. Performing arts centers are closing, and we don't know when all of this is going to come back to some way of normal, or is there going to be a new normal? So we're having to recreate our business. We're having to figure out how to bring it online, how to make things more virtual. For example, I've taken my dance classes online. And even though they're different from in person, in a weird way, it's opened up a whole other door, because it's allowed access to so many more people. It's allowed access to reach out to communities that are not based in San Francisco Bay Area. So I think,
or in California, exactly. The baby people are out of state, because there are times I would tag my friends that are out of state. I don't know if they're joining, but I will send a message or send them a link, because people who were passionate about it. So that's so right. It's just like COVID made us think outside the box, right?
Absolutely. And then I feel like in this, being a part of this Womenpreneur program, the information and the resources they're sharing, the Hispanic Foundation, it's been so great. They've been doing presentations on, how to do marketing in this new world. How do you reach, different kinds of customer base? What are the kinds of things you should look for? What kind of grant opportunities are available? What kind of questions should you be asking? And I think that one big advice that if I could give, anybody that was starting out, was one, to, do something that you're passionate about, because it's much easier to sell something that you believe in yourself, and two would be to be patient and to, be committed, because it's a long journey. It's not something that happens overnight, but if you're committed and you don't give up, you often learn things from things that don't work out. Everything you learn is from stuff that doesn't work out.
Right.
And I think that having a network of other women or a support system that you could go to, so you don't not only learn from things that aren't working out in your business perhaps, but you could also learn and take, you know, information from things that others are sharing, like, hey, this didn't work out for my business, and these were the challenges that I encountered, and this is how I'm changing my business to fit the new normal. There's so much information available. So it's been a great resource to just sit back and kind of absorb, even though there are things that, you know, I'm learning that we've already done. It's also been a great reaffirmation, like, hey, we did do these things, and this is how we can make it better, and this is what else we can do. So I think it's amazing, and you know, I'm really glad that I was able to be a part of it.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, so you know, again, it's just many of them are saying, you know, because either they have been in business, they've been trying to start from home, or, you know, they have the passion, they have the drive. But I love those webinars too. They help you start from bottom up, the foundation. Do you have a business plan? Do you, you know, in marketing and networking, all that little things that are so crucial for any business success. It's really, really good reminders and refreshers. And they share all type of key points with that too. So that's awesome. So I will say a few things in Punjabi just to make sure, you know,
Sure.
out there. So Vicki, you know, Vicki of the dance academy है San Francisco Bay Area ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਸਾਡਾ also ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਾਟਮ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ ਲਾਸਟ ਸਕੂਲ ਗਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਲਾਸਟ ਸਕੂਲ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਆਪਦਾ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਫੋਲੋ ਕੀਤਾ ਡਾਂਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੈਸ਼ਨੇਟ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਫਾਊਂਡਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਐਂਡ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਿਵ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਰ ਟੋਲ ਰਿਦਮ ਡਾਂਸ ਅਕੈਡਮੀ ਬੇ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹਿਡਨ ਵੈਲਥ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੈਲਿਊਬਲ ਪਾਰਟਨਰ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿਡਨ ਵੈਲਥ ਫ੍ਰੈਜ਼ਨੋ ਏਰੀਆ ਹਿਸਪੈਨਿਕ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਲ ਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਮਨਪ੍ਰੈਨਿਓਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਾਊਥ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਇਵੇਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਦਾ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੰਗਦੀਆਂ ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਜਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਾਹਦਾਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੀਏ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੀਏ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ 6 ਵੈਬਿਨਾਰਸ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਹਫ਼ਤਾ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣਾ 16-17 ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਲੜਕੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣੀਆਂ ਹਿਡਨ ਵੈਲਥ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਰਾ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਮਾਰਕੀਟਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਆਪਦੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਪਲਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਸਟੈਪ ਬਾਈ ਸਟੈਪ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਸਮਝਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਪਲਾਨ ਇੱਕ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਰਨ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਦਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਤੇ ਵਿੱਕੀ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਰ ਕਈ ਲੜਕੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿਮਨ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਉਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਐਂਡ ਅਨਦਰ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੈਂਡੈਮਿਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਨੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਸਲੋ ਕਰਤਾ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਸਲੋ ਵੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਪਰ ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੱਸੇ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਚਲੋ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਨ ਪਰਸਨ ਜੇ ਵਿੱਕੀ ਦਾ ਡਾਂਸ ਦਾ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਆ ਜੇ ਇਨ ਪਰਸਨ ਡਾਂਸ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਲਾਸਿਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਵਿੱਕੀ ਆਪਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਡਾਂਸ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਲੈ ਗਏ ਆ ਹੁਣ ਉਹਦੀ ਐਕਸਪੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਇਹ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਸੈਨ ਫ੍ਰਾਂਸਿਸਕੋ ਏਰੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਟੇਟ ਵਾਈਡ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਵਾਈਡ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਐਕਸਪੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਆਪਣਾ ਡਾਂਸ ਦਾ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਵਿੱਕੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਜੁੜ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਵਿੱਕੀ do you want to tell us a little bit if they want to follow you you know I will put the link up too on this recording you will have where you can follow Vicki but do you want to share how often do you do those classes so Vicki ਹੁਣ ਦੱਸੋ ਕਿ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਦੀਆਂ ਕਲਾਸਿਸ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਫੇਸਬੁੱਕ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਲਿੰਕ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਜੇ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਹੋ ਵਿੱਕੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ
I teach 2 to 3 times every week every Tuesday 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and these are all Pacific Standard Times also Saturday mornings 10 to 11 a.m. and then every other Sunday I teach a beginner Bhangra class from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and these classes are you know they're majority of the participants are women of all ages, particularly women in their, you know, 30s, 40s, 50s. It's sort of not only just an outlet to learn about Punjabi music or, you know, Bhangra dancing. It's also health, wellness. It's about moving your bodies. It's about getting exercise. It's about letting go. And in the process, you get to learn about a new culture, and you get to hear, you know, different kinds of music. And so that's been a big attraction for it, is there's so many women that need an outlet to move their bodies at, you know, after a certain age. She's like, how do you work out? How do you get access to movement outside of just a typical, like, we can't go to a gym right now. You can do stuff at home. So looking for interesting, joyful ways to get that wellness into your week. So it's been really good to have it, you know, have access to so many different kinds of people that are joining. And I think, you know, Punjabi music in general, as you know, is just,
it's very upbeat.
It's so full of spirit and joy and so happy. So it's like, you know, during this time, I think people are looking for a connection. People are looking for something that makes you feel good in your body, in your mind, in your soul, and something that can add a little joy to your week, considering we're, you know, just consumed with so much news and with all the crazy that's going on. It's nice to take a break for an hour to do something that actually makes you feel good.
Absolutely. Not that you're connecting with people, not that you're following, you're enjoying the Punjabi music and dance, but you're getting your workout done too.
Totally.
Because I've joined a couple of years, like, dang, I could do this like a few times a week and I'm sad.
Yeah, it's definitely a workout. It's been a really good routine to have. And, you know, people can find all the information on our website on Dholrhythms.com. If you just go to our website, it has all the times listed and how you can sign up. And people that can't, we do live classes, so you can join the live session from home. But in case you aren't able to use, you know, sign on for the same live session, we also send you a recording of the class to everybody that registers, so you can do it on your own time. So it's been really good. It's allowed us to connect with so many different kinds of people, and allowed our dance company to continue to stay in touch with each other and to keep dancing, you know, right now the way that we can until we're able to get back into the studios and, you know, different places that
until then, enjoy it from the comfort of your own home. Let's put it that way. You don't have to drive, you don't have to go anywhere. Saves you drive time and all that, and then you join it there from the comfort of your own home. So Vicky ਦੱਸ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਡਾਂਸ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰਨਾ dholrhythm.com ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਆਊਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ, ਕਲਾਸ ਦਾ ਸਕੇਡਿਊਲ ਹੋਗਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਬਣਨਾ, ਸਾਰੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਮਿਲ ਜੂਗੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਲਿੰਕ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਦਿਸ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਥੱਲੇ, ਲਿੰਕ ਵੀ ਪਾ ਦਾਂਗੇ, ਸਾਰੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਇਸ ਰਿਕਾਰਡਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਪਾ ਦਾਂਗੇ। So Vicky, before we call it or move on, so what one strong message that you want to give out to our women out there? What would you say? What can they do to follow their dreams and just keep pushing through?
I would say that do everything in your power to follow your dreams. You know, if you have an inkling of something that makes you feel some kind of joy in your life or makes you feel alive, you know, take a step, any step, just one step. Sometimes it's overwhelming to think like, oh, I want to do this, but then it's too much. But the best way to do anything is to take a step. So whatever your next visible step is, whether that's, you know, going on Google and researching something, or writing a name down of like, this is what I want to do, or just even visualizing something you want in your life, the best advice would be to just take a step. And then you'd be amazed that once you do that, how many things start to open up and how many things to start to align, that you'll open up all this like synchronicity of people and different connections that'll come into your life that'll allow you to move forward. But it doesn't have to be some big, crazy, thought out plan. I think you learn as you go. So really, really remember how short life is, and that, you know, we're here to do so much more, especially women. You know, we need to do so much more than just to be, you know, like we're taught to be like wives and moms and sisters and daughters, which are amazing things to be. But in addition to that, you also have to fulfill something that is self.
Makes you
that
happy.
means being a mother, that is amazing. You know, if that means being a wife, that is amazing. But there's so many women that want to do more than that, and that don't often take the opportunity to take a step towards it for so many different reasons in their life. So I would just say, you know, find a support system, take a step, any step, and find something that makes you feel alive, and do something that's just for you, you know?
Yeah.
Something that
absolutely. And that's huge. I think taking that first step is the biggest achievement for anybody, because often there's so many things you want to do, but I think that first step is the one that fears you, that, you know, you're scared of. just take that first step, and like you said, then everything will start to align. The stars will align themselves, right? And then the support system, absolutely, you want to do that from the home, but the Hidden Wealth, we're here, all of us, including Vicki. She's part of the Hidden Wealth. We're here to support you. If you need help, you need guidance, we will all help any women out there who wants to grow, who wants to take that first step. We will help you take that, but it has to come from within. You have to make that first effort to take that first step, right? So that's awesome. That's super powerful. Already, so ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਵਿੱਕੀ ਤੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਆ ਬਾਹਰ, ਹਨਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਕਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਅਕਸਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਡਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ, ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ। ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਵਿੱਕੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਦੀ ਲਾਅ ਸਕੂਲ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਆਪਦਾ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਫੋਲੋ ਕੀਤਾ, ਡਾਂਸ ਅਕੈਡਮੀ ਢੋਲ ਰਿਦਮਸ ਖੋਲੀ। ਤੇ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਸਟੈਪ, ਪਹਿਲਾ ਕਦਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾ ਚੱਕਣਾ, ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਔਖਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਹੋ, ਉਹ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਕਦਮ ਚੱਕ ਲਓ, ਤੇ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਬਾਕੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਇੱਕ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕੜੀ ਜੁੜਦੀ ਜਾਊਗੀ। ਤੇ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸ, ਇਟਸ ਐਨ ਅਮੇਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਥਿੰਗ, ਬਟ ਉਹਨੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ। ਸੋ ਉਹ ਆਪਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਕਦਮ ਚੱਕ ਲਓ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਹਿਡਨ ਵੈਲਥ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ। ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਹਿਡਨ ਵੈਲਥ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਆਪਾਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ 250 ਮੈਂਬਰ ਦੀ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਆ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਸਾਈਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹਿਡਨ ਵੈਲਥ ਦੇ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ 250 ਮੈਂਬਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਹਦੀ ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਫੀਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਦੂਸਰਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਮਨਪ੍ਰੈਨਿਓਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਕੀ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਸੀਗੇ, ਉਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਫੇਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਵਾਂਗੇ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਰਹੋ, ਸਾਡੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੋ। ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਊਗਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਫੇਰ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ। ਸੋ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਇਰ ਹੈਗੀ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਇੱਛਾ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਾਕਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਤੇ ਹਿਡਨ ਵੈਲਥ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਆਬਵੀਅਸਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੈਲਪ ਮਿਲੂਗੀ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਸਾਊਥ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਦੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਸਾਕਾਰ ਕਰਨੇ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨੈਟਵਰਕ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਣਨਗੇ, ਸਪੋਰਟ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ, ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਮਿਲੂਗੀ। ਸੋ ਇੱਕ ਸਟੈਪ ਦੇ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਸਾਰੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨ ਕੀਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ। ਬਸ ਉਹੀ ਆ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਿੱਕੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਕਦਮ ਪੁੱਟ ਲਓ, member ਬਣ ਜਾਓ ਹਿਡਨ ਵੈਲਥ ਦੇ, ਤੇ ਆਪਦੇ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰ ਲਓ। So come join Hidden Wealth, and if you're one of the first 250 members, your membership will be on us. And come join this amazing community so we can all support each other and help each other grow to the next level. So thank you so much, Vicki, joining us, and we love to have another conversation with you as well.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you.